What's up everybody, Big Niles 007 here, bringing you guys another episode of Breaking Point, my Medal of Honor Warfighter series where we take two guns, compare them to see which one is better. Today we will be covering the MP7 versus the AK-103. Our first weapon for today is the MP7. Its country of origin is Germany, it's unlocked at rank 9, and it's used in the Spec Ops class. Our second weapon for today is the AK-103 Bullpup. It originates from the country of Russia. It's unlocked at rank 38 for the Spec Ops class. Now let's move on to the stats for these weapons. The MP7 fires at about 833 rounds per minute. The bullet damage starts out at 18 out to 10 meters and then drops down to 15 when you hit 20 meters. The reload time for this weapon is 2.9 seconds when there's a bullet in the chamber and 3.1 when it's completely empty. The AK-103 clocks in at about 833 rounds per minute. It does the same damage as the MP7, starting out at 18 and then trailing down to 15 when you hit 20 meters. Now the reload times on Simthic are wrong, so I had to redo it. So the reloads for the AK-103 come in at about 360 when there's a bullet in the chamber and 4.5 seconds when it's completely empty. Now let's go ahead and take a look at these two guns' recoil patterns. Looking at the recoil for the MP7, it seems to have a pretty low recoil. When you look at it, it kind of sits in one spot and then it jumps a little bit and then it jumps a little bit more. So it's not really a pattern where you're just going constantly straight up in one direction. It like sits and then it jumps and then sits and then it jumps and then sits. So I would say this gun has a moderately low recoil and you just really have to look out for those jumps. Looking at the AK-103's recoil pattern, there's no ifs, ands, buts, questions about it. This gun's recoil goes straight up and to the right. It is very obvious. So it has a moderately high recoil pulling up and to the right. Putting everything together, I definitely have to side with the MP7. The MP7 beats the AK where it counts in reload times because they have the same rate of fire and the same damage, but the reloads for the AK are so much slower than the MP7, which really puts a damper on things. Now with the recoil, still the MP7 wins again because it has so much lower recoil. Therefore you'll be able to get more bullets on target than you will with the AK going up and to the right, and not to mention the fact that it kind of jumps, you know, even though it goes up and to the right, it kind of like jumps and jitters and stuff because that's just how the AK always recoils and whatnot. But the MP7 on the other hand just kind of jumps, but it's not as much. So you can definitely see better with the irons on the AK, but the irons with the MP7 aren't all that great in my opinion, at least, because they just are so obstructive. But the AK has very clear irons, but you don't always have to use iron. That's just something to throw out there for you guys. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say about these two guns. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for another Breaking Point. Peace out. And before I forget, leave a comment down below saying which two guns you guys want to see. And be sure to go vote in the polls or leave a comment down below saying which gun you wish to win this week.